Hello, my name is Danielle Valente and this is Alex Payne. We modified an exercise program that is meant to improve running efficiency for the older adult population. Exercise is beneficial to the older population for many reasons, including enhancing balance, adding muscle, strengthening bones, improving functional ability, and preventing falls. We modified this exercise program so that the older adult population can reach the recommended physical activity per week. By splitting up the exercises in half, 5 of these exercises can be completed every morning and the last 5 in the afternoon for bouts of 10 minutes, including a resting and an adaptation period. 21 minutes of physical activity every day gives the older adult the ability to reach 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise in a week that is recommended by the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology. To start off, we will present you the original exercise prescription followed by the modified exercise deemed appropriate for older adults. High knees are not performed by just simply lifting your knee. They can be performed by putting your foot down and bouncing it back up like a spring. A modification of high knees is knee-ups. Each knee is raised to chest height at one's own pace. This exercise was modified because the jumping motion can often pose as a threat to older adults, as it can increase the risk of a fall. And alter postural sway. Butt kicks are performed by raising your heels up straight underneath you by trying to kick your butt backwards. You're using the same motion with your arms that you do when you run. This exercise was modified to an exercise called pulling the cord with legs. This focused on alternating each heel up towards your butt at one's own pace while simulating a running movement with the arms. This modification was done because of the inability to perform the hopping motion. A skip requires rhythm, as you bring your knees high up to put them back down, completed with a scuffing motion. We called the modification to A-skip walking high knees. This involves alternating each knee lift while walking to a specific endpoint at your own pace, because A-skip would be too demanding on the body of an older adult due to the powerful lifting of the knees that could cause problems with lower body stability. Similar to A-skip, B-skip involves the same rhythm and movement, but also involves you to stretch your leg forward during each step. B-skips are modified to leg raises with support. The leg kick during gait was removed because it is unsuitable for an older adult that has stability issues. If the individual failed to lift the foot high enough during the swing phase of gait, it will result in the individual falling or tripping. Karaoke starts in a lateral position, kicking your left foot off and bringing your right one across your body. You are to maintain balance while performing a crisscross motion continuously. Karaoke was removed and replaced with the sit and reach exercise because of the complexity of the task. The sit and reach exercise will help older adults provide assistance in their stability and help their overall flexibility. To participate in leg bounds, begin your run by keeping your legs straight in a forward position by bouncing on the balls of your feet while alternating between your left and right legs. This exercise was deemed dangerous to older adults because it requires a jumping movement on one leg, which can be a risk factor for injury when balance is lost, which is why it was modified to walking leg lifts, because this was much more beneficial to the older adult population. To perform hamstring extensions, you have to remain on all fours, kicking one leg outward and then bringing it back towards your body continuously. Hamstring extensions were modified to a less demanding version of the exercise. The emphasis is now put more on keeping the knees parallel to the shoulders, while less emphasis was put on raising the leg as high because this can be difficult for older adults who lack flexibility. Slow skipping can be performed by starting in an anatomical position with both hands gripping the jump rope. Swinging the rope, the participant has to lift their feet off the ground together while incorporating the timing of the rope. We removed slow skipping because of the increased risk of tripping over the rope and modified it with light jumping jacks, focusing on the arms reaching no higher than the chest height, helping the individual being accustomed to pressure on the feet, inducing the feeling of running. Backward running is performed by running in reverse of forward, so that one travels in the direction their back is facing. Notice you are landing under your body and not over. Also, you are falling backwards with your whole entire body. Backwards position of this exercise is unsafe for the older adult population due to the fact that leaning backwards can increase the risk of a fall. This exercise was modified to a slow jog in the forward direction to induce the feeling of running. If this modified exercise is unattainable, a brisk walk is recommended. Start in a standing position, take your feet out sideways so that they are wider than shoulder width with your toes facing forward, and perform a squat without letting your knees press over your toes. Mobility issues limit older individuals in moving their legs out laterally without experiencing postural sway or a fall, which is why we decided that the modification to this exercise would be a regular squat. These squats can be done independently or with a spotter in case of further stability issues for less trained individuals.
Happy running!